I have been loving Hexing Squelcher so much in Legacy the Epic Storm that I figured, hey, why not play it in Modern Ruby Storm? That's exactly what we're doing today. Let's go check it out. Let's start off by thanking Andrew Vacon for today's donation deck. They wanted to see my current Modern Ruby Storm deck featuring Hexing Squelcher, a card that I've been loving in Legacy the Epic Storm. So what is this new card from Lorwyn Eclipsed? Well, for 1 and a red, you have a 2/2 Goblin Sorcerer. This spell cannot be countered. Your other spells cannot be countered. It has Ward, pay 2 life, and all of your other creatures have Ward, pay 2 life. In a deck with Monsoon Mage, it is less powerful than Legacy because your opponents are going to leave in removal for, one of our engine spells. That said, Hexing Squelcher being uncounterable versus decks like Blue Belcher, for example, is going to be so good and give you the extra bit you need. The Blue Belcher decks have traditionally stomped Modern Ruby Storm, but with Hexing Squelcher, not anymore. And I'm really excited to play this card today. I am still playing 4 copies of Heroes Hangout, aka the Firebrain Scheme on Magic Online. I'm not a huge fan of Glimpse the Impossible, and I do really like Heroes Hangout, so I'm continuing to play a 4-0 split instead of 2-2. If you like the 2-2 split, play whatever makes you happy. I don't think it's really that big of a deal. But this deck is fairly stock, and there's not a whole lot of changes outside of the 2 copies of Hexing Squelcher on the sideboard, so that's what we're doing today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you to Andrew once again for the donation deck. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. But enough of me rambling and ranting. Let's head on into match number 1, and I will see you there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to match number 1. We are on the play with Modern Ruby Storm. No mana. We'll send that one back. This seems fine. I think you're supposed to get rid of the Ruby Medallion here. It's a 7. This hand would have been a lot better because it's more resilient. Like, you could bottom like a Reckless Impulse and then have double Reducer, but what if you just get stuck without being able to flip your Monsoon Mage then? They play a Flooded Strand. We'll grab Elegant Parlor. Keep the Ritual. They're on Mill. Sheesh. Okay. We draw Ruby Medallion. We'll fetch. Play the Ruby Medallion. And then pass the turn. They search out Undercity Sewers. Now a Hedron Crab. Watery Grave. We have not milled over a Past in Flames yet, which is either good or bad. It's good if they have a Surgical in hand and I'm able to still Past in Flames and win. It's bad if they don't have a Surgical and I'm trying to win right now. We'll try Reckless Impulse, trigger. We're going to respond to this. Let's Manamorphose. We'll say Tails. We did not win the flip. Red, red. Looks like our Monsoon Mage will die. Unfortunate. We'll say Tails. Ritual Wish. So I can play the Ritual, and we've done that. So now I have 5 mana. Wish would be 3 floating, so I'm 1 mana short of Past in Flames winning. So I'll try a Ren's Resolve to see if we can hit another Ritual, and we do, and the land. So I can now play Past in Flames from the sideboard. Play the Pyretic Ritual. We'll play Wish. Play Past in Flames, and now I can play my graveyard. Play Pyretic Ritual. We'll play the Wish. Vesper Ritual. Manamorphose. Red, red. Manamorphose. Storm is 14, now it's 15. Reckless Impulse. Play another Manamorphose. Red, red. Grave Shot, Storm 18. Okay. Well, we stole game number 1. Sweet. Off to the post board. If you're interested, I do have a sideboard guide over at theepicstorm.com/shop for $10. And there you can get all of my matchup, plans, whatever. And here it says to board in 4 Orm's Chant, so we'll do that. And then you get rid of 2 copies of Heroes Hangout / Firebrain Scheme, and then you board out 2 copies of Artist Talent. We'll try this. This is a 2-land hand that could win on turn 2. I'm going to keep. Obviously, there's some risk involved here, but I think it's pretty good. They play an island into Hedron Crab. All right, this is definitely a hand that could try to win turn 2 now. Hopefully they tap out. Another Hedron Crab, Polluted Delta. This will mill 6 cards, which I don't love. Mills over the Grape Shot and the Wish. That's dangerous. And a Past in Flames. Nile Spellbomb. Okay, is that both wishes? No, I still have 1 wish left in the deck. So that's what we need to win with here. I draw a land, which isn't great. We'll fetch. Grab a land. We'll begin with a Pyretic Ritual. Play the Rail Monsoon Mage. Play Pyretic Ritual. This is spell number 2 for Rail. We'll say Tails. No. Manamorphose. This is spell number 3 for Rail. Tails. No. Manamorphose. We'll do red. Firebrain Scheme. This is spell number 4 for Rail. Tails. We hit the wish. So you're saying there's a chance. We're going to hold priority, and we're going to cast this and then cast the other. This gives me 2 chances to flip the Rail Monsoon Mage. Tails. We lose the flip. Tails? No. Alright, so it gives me 1 last chance with the wish. The wish has to be my win condition here, or else I can't win. Tails. We lose 3 flips in a row. So the best I can do here is an Empty the Warrens for 19 and pass. Okay. Brutal. Well, I guess, hold on. I could flip here. We'll say Tails. I do win the flip this time. So I can kill a Hedron Crab with the Rail Leyline Prodigy. And it gets rid of 1 blocker for next turn. And then next turn I could even get rid of another blocker. Alright, pass the turn. They play Preordain. They play a land which mills me with the Hedron Crab, and then they concede. Empty the Warrens, good enough to get the job done, and we are now 1-0 in this Modern League. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Welcome to the second match. We're on the draw. I'm going to keep this hand. It's a little bit risky. Obviously, we do not have land number 2. My game plan here is that we will surveil on turn 1 using the Scalding Tarn, and then turn 2 use the Firebrain Scheme / Heroes Hangout in order to find land number 2 if we already don't find one between our draw steps and the surveil. And we do find one. So now all we need is a reducer. And I know a lot of people, especially when I do these like opening hand YouTube shorts, there's a bunch of people out there that have been trained to think that you have to have a reducer in your hand or else it's a mulligan. I do not think that's even remotely true. Ruby Storm is a deck where you need a volume of cards in order to win, and mulliganing into Oblivion to find a reducer is just a great way of losing. So we'll surveil here. Keep the Ren's Resolve. It's just another way of helping us dig and create card advantage. We'll play the basic Mountain. And let's play Ren's Resolve. Double Ritual will pass. They play a land and just pass. Not really sure what they're up to yet. Let's try the Pyretic Ritual and Desperate Ritual. They're thinking on that one. We'll play another copy of Ren's Resolve. Past in Flames and a Firebrain Scheme. Let's play the Firebrain Scheme. Land and another Firebrain Scheme. We'll take the land. We'll play the land. Fetch. Grab Basic Mountain, and now we'll play another Reckless Impulse. Another Desperate Ritual and a Ren's Resolve. We will pass. So next turn, the way that this game is shaped up, I mean, I don't know what our opponent's playing. But if they have no counter magic, I might be able to win just using, rituals without ever even playing a creature. Alright, so we hit a land, which is fantastic. I should be able to double splice Desperate Rituals this turn. So I'll grab another basic. Make 4 mana. We're going to splice a Desperate Ritual here. Make 6 mana, assuming that this resolves. And now we can splice another Desperate Ritual. That's 8 mana. We'll play Ren's Resolve. Interesting. So if I wanted to play Artist Talent and Level, it would leave me with 1 mana floating. If they have like March of Otherworldly Light, that would be the punish here. Part of me wonders if I should even risk it because I have so much mana. 1 ritual, 2 ritual, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'll play a Firebrain Scheme to see if I can hit a Ruby Medallion. I feel like the Artist Talent's just too risky. 5 mana is a lot for a Reducer. Wish or Manamorphose. The Wish actually might be able to win without even a Reducer, so I'll choose the Wish. Now I'll play Manamorphose. Red, red. Another Manamorphose. We'll play that. Red, red. We'll play the Pyretic Ritual. I think I'm supposed to keep the Desperate Ritual because I can play Past in Flames into Pyretic Ritual, and then I could start splicing the Desperate Rituals in the graveyard. So we'll just play Past in Flames here. 2 mana floating, Storm 8. Now we'll play Pyretic Ritual and Pyretic Ritual. We're going to splice Desperate Ritual. This will make 6 mana. We're going to splice another Desperate Ritual, making 6 more mana. Splice a third Desperate Ritual from 13. We'll play the Wish. This is Storm 14. Manamorphose. This is Storm 15. Red, red. Manamorphose from 16. Another Past in Flames. So that draw was 50% of our deck because we have 30 cards left. And I never hit a Reducer in the top 50, which is kind of wild. We'll play Firebrain Scheme. Not 50%, that is. Not 50 cards. Guess Artist Talent. I don't care about either of them, really. Another Firebrain Scheme from 18. Alright, we'll choose Ruby Medallion. We'll play it. Cast Desperate Ritual. It's from 20. We'll play an Artist Talent. It's from 21. Play Reckless Impulse. Trigger the Artist Talent. Get rid of a Wooded Foothills. We'll play another Ren's Resolve. Discard an Arid Mesa. From 23. Alright, so I could lose if I play another spell, and then they March of Otherworldly Light on the Ruby Medallion. So I'll just play Grapeshot for Storm 24 here. We'll discard Firebrain Scheme. Target you. That was a pretty sweet turn. A turn 4 win where most of it we did not have a Reducer. Sweet. I think that the odds say that our opponent is on the Goryo's Vengeance deck, which means I want Orm's Chant. I'm less sure about the Prismatic endings. So looking at some recent lists, there are 4 Force of Negation in a bunch of them. I'm going to try the Hexing Squelcher here. We'll get rid of Artist Talent, and then the Heroes Hangouts. Submit. I did not see much permanent hate in any of these decks. And assuming that they're not Esper Goryo's Vengeance, but I mean, I think that they are. If they're on just like Esper control, the Hexing Squelchers have additional value. We'll keep. They play a Bloodstained Mire. We'll play a Bloodstained Mire. Pass. They fetch. Okay. A little odd, so maybe they're not the Esper Goryo's Vengeance deck. This likely means Leyline Binding if I had to take a wild guess. They have Psychic Frog. That's not good for me. Yeah, I am not seeing Triome in any of the Goryo's Vengeance stacks. We'll search out Elegant Parlor. We don't want land number 5, so I'll get rid of that. Another Orm's Chant. That's a reasonable draw here. With them having Psychic Frog, having double backup to protect yourself is not a bad thing. I guess they are Goryo's Vengeance here? Okay. Well, this isn't legendary, so it's some sort of Reanimator deck, but maybe it's not Goryo's Vengeance. Now they play Steam Vents. Ashiok. Oh my. I was not expecting that here. We'll grab Elegant Parlor. That's going to shut off my Wooded Foothills. That hurts. I mean, no point putting it to the graveyard. The Ashiok is going to do that all on its own. It also hit a Past in Flames. I'll play the land and let's Reckless Impulse. Okay, we'll pass. Now the Surgical Extraction on Reckless Impulse. Sure. I think I'm going to upkeep Orm's Chant them. Try to buy myself a little bit of time here. Alright. They have 3 cards in their hand. They swing. They discard a Sacred Foundry and a Glasspool Mimic. I just don't know exactly what our opponent's doing here. Like, this seems so odd to me. They exiled a Wish. So I have 1 Wish and 1 Grapeshot left to win the game with. We reveal another Ren's Resolve. I think I need to get lucky to win this, so I'm going to start by cycling a Manamorphose. We need like a Rail Monsoon Mage here, or like a Ruby Medallion. Red, red. Okay. We'll play the Rail. Hopefully they don't have anything. Pyretic Ritual. Triggers. They're tapping mana, which is not great for me. And there's the Leyline Binding. They had a pretty good draw. I'm not going to be able to win this. We'll say Tails. We'll Reckless Impulse. We'll play our Mountain and the Hexing Squelcher, I suppose. I'm probably going to board out the Squelchers for game 3. It appears that they're not actually like a counterspell deck. Pass the turn. They have 1 card in their hand. They gave their Psychic Frog flying, and now they swing. I'm at 8. They fetch with the Bloodstained Mire, Overgrown Tomb, another Psychic Frog, and a Scion of Draco. What a wild deck. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Let's Ren's Resolve. We hit the Grape Shot, but I'm just not in a spot where I can actually do anything with it. Like, they're still at 10. Yeah, I'm just going to save myself the time and concede. Okay, so Hexing Squelcher is not what we want in the matchup. Noted. Doesn't seem like they actually have a whole lot of counter spells. I still think I might want the Orm's Chance, though. They have Leyline Bindings and Surgicals, and it seems like being able to start the turn with an Orm's Chant does have value. I'd also like to see this deck not open up on a turn 2 Psychic Frog. That would probably be pretty good for me. We'll bring back in 2 Heroes Hangout. Let's try this. Game 3 of match 2 on the play. Good hand. Keep. No, 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 no. No. Okay. I almost skipped my turn there. That was really bad. Whew. Yeah, I think I want the land. They play Sacred Foundry into Faithless Looting. Gets rid of Archon of Cruelty and that giant green creature. So I do not want to play Rail on turn 2. We would like to play the Ruby Medallion instead. We'll grab a basic, play the Ruby Medallion, and pass. I really need to draw like a ritual for my turn because we're lacking mana at the moment. They have a Breeding Pool, Damping Sphere. And I do not have Prismatic Ending in my deck. Oh boy. This is not a good spot to be in. I was not expecting Damping Sphere out of this deck. I think we're supposed to just play Valakut Awakening and try to dig for the Wish. So we'll draw 6 cards here. We did find Wish. I'll play my Surveil and pass. So Wish into Prismatic Ending should only cost 4. So I should be able to remove it next turn. They have Leyline of the Guild Pact, Territorial Kavu. What a strange deck. I'll fetch, grab another Elegant Parlor, get rid of the Sacred Foundry, draw another Ritual. I will fetch down to 17. We'll grab a basic, play the Wish. I can now play Prismatic Ending, exile the Damping Sphere. So all this cares about is total colors paid, and now it will exile the Damping Sphere. Pass the turn. So they attack with the Territorial Kavu, gets rid of another Leyline of the Guild Pact, and I'm at 13. They play Scalding Tarn. They're now fetching, probably for a black mana, because they're lacking everything else. Or they have everything else, but they're lacking black mana. Now they're at 13. They persist on Archon of Cruelty. Probably have to get rid of the Orm's Chant. It's the worst card in my hand. If they have some sort of interaction, it's going to hurt. 2 mana for another Territorial Kavu. Alright, it's time to make it happen. We'll begin with a Pyretic Ritual. Play Wish. I'm sorry, play Ren's Resolve. Ruby Medallion Orm's Chant. I'll play the Orm's Chant. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't think they have Force of Negation. We'll play Reckless Impulse. So that's 3 spells. So if I go Ritual, I can play Rail, and then I get 3 chances to flip. If they have a Solitude, I would get punished. There's no way this deck is playing Solitude, right? Alright, I'm not going to play around Solitude. I'm giving myself 3 chances to flip. We'll play Desperate Ritual. Respond with Orm's Chant. Target you. Respond with Orm's Chant. 3 chances to flip my Planeswalker. Tails. We win the flip. Here we go. Tails. Tails. Alright, 3 floating mana. We will ultimate our Planeswalker. Be good to me. That's a Grape Shot. So we'll play Desperate Ritual. Desperate Ritual. Manamorphose. They had turn 2 Damping Sphere, and I did not board in Prismatic Ending, and we're winning this game. How crazy. Ren's Resolve. Ren's Resolve. Reckless Impulse. Pyretic Ritual. Desperate Ritual. I didn't mean to play Sacred Foundry there, but that's okay. I'll play Manamorphose from hand. White, white. I guess we'll play the Rail Monsoon Mage. Why not? Ruby Medallion. Orm's Chant. Target you. From 19. We'll transform. And now we'll Grape Shot. Okay, that was a nail biter. Our opponent says GG's. GG's opponent. Yeah, that was a pretty good match. We are now 2-0. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $15.99. This token combo pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens featuring classic Storm and Mana tokens with new inclusions such as our modern Ruby Storm package, but that's not all. Our token pack covers a variety of formats from Pauper to CDH with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Round number 3 on the play. Yeah, this seems great. We'll play Elegant Parlor, Surveil. Sure, we'll keep the third land. Maybe I shouldn't, but I like having a guaranteed third land for when we untap on turn 3 for, our combo potential. Aether Vial. I do not know what our opponent's playing. We'll play the Mountain and Ruby Medallion. We pass the turn, Aether Vial goes up a counter. They're on Merfolk, apparently. Okay. It's our time to shine. We'll play our land. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe that's a mistake. In my head, I was thinking about, Curse Catcher and, tying up my mana off of the Aether Vial. But maybe that's just ridiculous when I have a Ren's Resolve in hand. We'll play another Reckless Impulse. Play the Pyretic Ritual. We'll play the Hero's Hangout. I think we choose the Desper Ritual here. We'll splice Desper Ritual. Tapping a land. Let's play Ruby Medallion. Play the Desper Ritual. And now pass in Flames for 2 mana. We'll play Pyretic Ritual. And now we'll Ren's Resolve from 11. 2 lands. Beautiful. Reckless Impulse. A Rail Monsoon Mage. Okay. We will now Firebrain Scheme, trying to transform the Rail. Trigger. Tails. We do transform. Lovely. We'll select Ren's Resolve. Ultimate the Rail Leyline Prodigy. Easy does it. We'll play Wish, Storm 15, Desper Ritual, Manamorphose. Just need to get up to lethal storm count at this point. Red. Play another Manamorphose. We'll make white. We have enough red mana at this point. Play another Rail. Why not? Ren's Resolve. Tails. I go to 17. We'll play Past in Flames from 20. Play Tails. I go to 16. Play Wish again for 1 mana. Trigger the Rail. Say Tails. Once again, I lose another flip. Orm's Chant targeting the opponent now because I've played Wish twice. So now I can Orm's Chant into Grape Shot. This time we do transform. I'll keep the Rail with 22 loyalty on it. And Grape Shot for 24. All at you. And we win. So now we'll go to the post board. I think versus a deck like Merfolk, you probably want a hybrid. I think we'll do 3 Orm's Chant and 3 Prismatic Ending. Get rid of the Artist Talents and the Hero's Hangouts. What am I doing? We have Hexing Squelcher. Alright, so I'm going to change this. See if I can fix this fast enough. Get rid of the endings, maybe. Let's try this. Alright, so if they have permanent hate like Dammixture, obviously it's going to be bad. But I think a lot of these decks just rely on Hex Catcher, where Hexing Squelcher just dominates that. So we'll do this. Game number 2, this hand is amazing, we'll keep. They just play an island. No other plays. We'll play Elegant Parlor, not a bad draw. Allows me to keep this Veilcut Awakening in hand. I like the Reckless Impulse, we'll keep that as well. They play Cavern of Souls. Names Merfolk and they pass. So this is a great spot for the Hexing Squelcher, because this is where they would normally play a Hex Catcher, I believe it's called. And the Hexing Squelcher just does not care. We're going to grab a basic mountain here, so that way we don't lose to Harbinger of the Seas, or Harbinger of the Tides, whatever it's called. Hexing Squelcher getting to flex a little bit versus a deck like Merfolk here. Pass the turn. So are they going to pay the trigger? They do pay the 2 life in order to tap my creature. You got it. Now they play a Mutavault, and they swing. Alright, it happened so quickly that I missed it. Our opponent activated their Flood Pit's Drowner to shuffle Hexing Squelcher back into my library. We'll play Bloodstained Mire. I'll fetch. I literally looked away for a split second, and I was like, where did my Hexing Squelcher go? It turns out it is back in my library. We'll play Ruby Medallion and Rail Monsoon Mage. Pass the turn. They play another island. They play Silvergill Adept, revealing Silvergill Adept. Okay, so we know that there's another one in their hand. They're leaving 2 mana open, so it could be interaction like a Hexing Squelcher. Or, well, that's not the name of it. Hexcatcher. We'll attempt an Orm's Chant here. Trigger the Rail Monsoon Mage. And there's the Hexcatcher. I'll say Tails, Orm's Chant. Let's try a Manamorphose. Trigger Rail. They're going to sacrifice the Silvergale Adept. I'll pay. Are you going to sacrifice the Hexcatcher as well? And they do. So they sacrifice their entire board to counter my Manamorphose. The Rail triggers. I'll say Tails. We win the flip. So I could flip the Rail. I don't know if we want to. I'm pretty far away from transforming it, though, on a combo turn, so maybe I will. And now we'll just plus and play Commercial District. Keep the Hexing Squelcher, I think. And we'll pass. They animate the Mutavault. And now they attack the Rail Leyline Prodigy. It will go down to 3 loyalty. They play another Mutavault. 3 cards still in hand. We'll play the Hexing Squelcher. We'll plus our Planeswalker. And let's Reckless Impulse. Another Hexing Squelcher. Alright. I guess we have both of them in play. Protect the Rail Leyline Prodigy. We'll pass. They play another land. 3 cards still in their hand here. They animate the Mutavault. And now they're animating the other. So if they have the Hexcatcher, they're going to blow me out here. If I block, because it has Flash. I think that this is so far away from winning that I should just let it go. They play Silvergale Adept, revealing Mindspring Merfolk. I don't even know what that one is. Oh, it's the 1-mana exhaust one we saw in game number 1. Okay. Need a good draw here. Wooded Foothills was not it. We'll play this Veilcoat Awakening as a spell. Bottom the Wooded Foothills and we'll draw 2. No! Double land. That hurts. I think I'll just attack here. I don't see myself blocking, so I might as well attack. If they want to trade here, that's okay. I'm still very much in this game if I can just find a Past in Flames. I know that I don't have a lot of rituals in the graveyard, but I have a million lands. They animate the Mutavault. Interesting that they only wanted to attack with 1. No blocks. I obviously can't block. And they do have the Hexcatcher. I had the read on this last turn when they killed the Rail Monsoon Mage. So I'll take 3. And now the Mindspring Merfolk. I need to find Past in Flames. We will fetch, grab our 3rd Surveil land, Elegant Parlor. I think I'm supposed to keep a Manamorphose. It does put me up +1 mana. I could fetch to Thin. My concern is death. So next turn they're attacking for 3, 6, 8, 9. So if I fetch Shock, I'd be forced to block with a Hexing Squelcher, which I don't love. So maybe I fetch and don't Shock, and I just go to 10. Grab a Sacred Foundry, we'll put into play tapped. Play Manamorphose. Red and red. That doesn't do it. We'll play Ruby Medallion. Pass the turn. My draws this game have not been particularly good. So if they swing out right now, I would go to 1. They animate the Mutavault. They animate Mutavault. So it appears that this exhaust ability, it doesn't say use as a sorcery, at least not on Magic Online. Activate this ability only once. So they're attacking for 7. So this is exactly 10. So I think I have to block here. At least the Hexcatcher. So then at least I'm getting Hexcatcher off the board and I'll go to 2. My one out here is drawing Past in Flames or Wish into Past in Flames. We've seen a third of our deck have 3 Past in Flames, 2 Wishes left, a whole lot of Impulses. Or I could draw another land. Alright, well our deck kind of just didn't function that game. Oh well, I will try it again. On the play for game 3. Sure, we'll keep. Our opponent with the mulligan to 5 will play Elegant Parlor. I'll get rid of the land. I already have 3. That should be sufficient. They play Aether Vial on turn 1. Seems like a good turn to slam Ruby Medallion. Drawing Desperate Ritual was a good draw. We'll fetch. Grab our Mountain. And Ruby Medallion. Pass the turn. They missed their second land drop. We draw Commercial District. I'll just play that. Past in Flames. I think it's close. I'm afraid of Surgical Extraction. I'll keep it on top, and then let's play Reckless Impulse. Now I'll pass the turn. They do not put a Merfolk in using the Aether Vial on my end step. Aether Vial now on the second counter. They find land number 2. Unlicensed Hearse. Okay. A little annoying, but not the end of the world. Let's begin with a Pyretic Ritual. They're going to activate the Aether Vial. Sure. Oh, they could have Flare of Denial? Is that what they have here? I didn't consider Flare of Denial. Let's Orm's Chant target them. And there's the Flare of Denial. Okay. I'm going to Desperate Ritual into the Unlicensed Hearse. I'm aware that they're likely going to take double Ritual, but I think I need to play into it here. They exile the 2 rituals. And now with Past in Flame still on the stack, I can Manamorphose, make double red, and now Valakut Awakening. And I'm going to bottom the Scalding Tarn. Past in Flames, play Manamorphose, red. I think I want a Valakut Awakening here for 3. I'm sorry, it's going to be for 4 counting the Valakut Awakening. I realize putting an untapped land on the bottom could be risky, but I'm also likely to draw one. And that was insanely good. Pyretic Ritual. We'll play Rail Monsoon Mage. Play Reckless Impulse, trigger. We'll say Tails. I lose the flip. Play Pyretic Ritual. Try to transform again. Say Tails. We lose that flip too. Alright, Ren's Resolve, Storm 14. Tails. Yes. We'll ultimate the Railway Line Prodigy. Play Manamorphose. Red, white. Orm's Chant them. Play our land for the turn. Ouch. We can play Past in Flames for free. Play some mana. Pyretic Ritual. And Grapeshot Storm 20. Here we go. We technically used the Hexcatcher. Or I'm sorry, I keep on mixing up their names. Hexing Squelcher a few times. It just like, I don't know how relevant it was. We could have played it there. I didn't. But, you know, I cast it at least 3 times in a game where I lost. But sometimes that's how Magic goes. We're now 3-0. You're still watching. Make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. We are back for the 4th match, and we are on the play. It's risky, but I'm going to keep. We'll play Sacred Foundry and Firebrain Scheme, digging for that second land. We hit. I think I'll just take the mountain. Pass the turn. They play Arid Mesa for a Sacred Foundry. Ragavan. Okay. We'll play the mountain. I'm going to play Artist Talent here because I feel like the rail is probably going to die. So we're going to try Artist Talent instead. They swing. They hit a Scalding Tarn. I would have liked that. Guide of Souls, so their energy. They play Windswept Heath. And Ocelot Pride. What a start. 4 cards still in their hand. Ruby Medallion. Alright, we'll play Ruby. Trigger the Artist Talent. Get rid of a Firebrain Scheme. Another Rail Monsoon Mage. Not what we needed. I would have liked a land or a ritual there. They play another Guide of Souls. And now they swing. Our opponent now plays an Ajani, triggering a bunch of Guide of Souls. Now the Ocelot Pride triggers. More Guide of Souls triggers. Alright, moment of truth. We need rituals. I will begin with a Reckless Impulse. We'll discard Rail Monsoon Mage. I drew another. Reckless Impulse. There we go. Land plus ritual. Everything I've ever wanted in life right there. Okay, so we'll fetch out a mountain, play the Pyretic Ritual, discard another Rail Monsoon Mage. We hit Wish. That was very good. Now we'll play Ren's Resolve, discard the Firebrain Scheme, another Ritual. That's a Past in Flames. We'll play Desperate Ritual. I don't think we're ever going to play a creature because I don't want to expose myself. So we're just not going to. So I could play the Ruby Medallion, and that would leave me with 2 mana floating and Past in Flames cost 2. I think I like that. So now I'll discard the Ren's Resolve. We draw Valakut Awakening. I'll play Past in Flames. Discard the Valakut Awakening. We drew the Grapeshot. This should be pretty simple in my opinion. And they concede. 32 life, just not enough. We take game number 1 from Boros Energy. Alright, we definitely want Prismatic Ending. And then boarding out 2 Firebrain Scheme and 2 Artist Talent. We will keep. Our opponent kept 7, which makes me a little bit nervous, but we'll see what happens. Sacred Foundry. That darn Ragavan on turn 1. Okay. Another Reckless Impulse. We'll play Commercial District. Surveil away the Past in Flames and pass. The Ragavan hits. I go to 18. Down to 14. And an Ajani. Yep. I draw another land. We will fetch. Play a mountain. Let's try Ren's Resolve. Pass the turn. They swing for 5, I'll go to 12. Ragavan triggers, hits a Pyretic Ritual. Okay. Yeah, that's a Clarion Conqueror. They're tapped out because of the Clarion Conqueror. So that actually gave me a window to win here. I will fetch with the Wooded Foothills. We need to hit mana, though. That's the one thing I don't have. So we'll play the Ral Monsoon Mage. And now we'll Manamorphose. Trigger the Ral. I do not want to transform. Because of the Clarion Conqueror, it's never going to be beneficial. We'll make red, red. We hit a Ritual. That was a great hit. We'll play it. Tails. Alright, so 4 mana. It's better to play Reckless Impulse instead of the Firebrain schemes, just because they look at... I could play both cards, theoretically, instead of just one. We'll say Tails. I'm at 9. Another Ritual. Okay, so I'll say Tails again. No. I now have enough mana to flashback Past in Flames. I'm going to do that. We will flashback Past in Flames. Say Tails. No. And now I can play Pyretic Ritual, Storm 7. I'm going to auto-yield to this trigger because I'm never going to say yes. And now a Desperate Ritual, Storm 8. Say Tails. No. Manamorphose, Storm 9. Red, red. We'll play Ren's Resolve, Storm 10. Just a few Storm away. Alright, so Wish is 2 mana, Grape Shot is 1, so that's 3 mana I need and 2 Storm. So I think I have everything I need to win already. We'll play Reckless Impulse. No. We hit another Manamorphose, that's great. This is Storm 12. No. Red, red. And I will play Wish. Tails. No. And Grape Shot for 14. And the opponent concedes before I can actually cast the Grape Shot. So we are now 4-0, about to play for a trophy. Let's go make it happen. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? For the trophy, match number 5, we're on the draw. This hand is decent, we'll keep. Underground Mortuary. I won't lie, this entry to my mind immediately went to, oh no, Reanimator, but like Legacy Reanimator. We're still playing Modern, needed to remind myself of that. We'll play Bloodstained Mire and pass. They search out Basic Forest. Badger Mole Cub, okay. We'll fetch and grab Elegant Parlor. Surveil. Keep the Ritual, definitely want that. Play Arid Mesa. Fetch. This might be a little greedy. I'm just going to run out the Ruby Medallion. I don't have enough resources to hold and then play all in one turn, so we're going to pass. That's another thing that I've read, like reading the Modern section of the Storm Discord. One, you always need to keep a hand that has Ruby Medallion in it, which I don't agree with. And then there's some number of people that seem to think that you're never allowed to play out your reducers on turn 2 and hope to untap. Obviously, it's context dependent, like that is the right play sometimes. But in situations like this, where you don't have enough resources to just win once you do, you should definitely play it out because the reward is so high. And then the risk is obviously it gets destroyed. But if it does, you have something like Reckless Impulse to dig for the next one. So I think it's just fine. Dredger's Insight. I've never seen that card before in my life. Alright, so whenever one or more of your artifact cards, whenever one or more artifact and or creature cards leave your graveyard, you gain 1. When this enchantment enters, mill 4 cards and then put an artifact, creature, or land card from those mill cards to your hand. And they returned Windswept Heath. Interesting. Manamorphose was quite the draw. I think we're going to go for it here. We're going to fetch to thin. I'll grab another mountain. We'll begin with a Reckless Impulse. Ren's Resolve. We'll play Pyretic Ritual. Let's try the Ren's Resolve. Wish. We'll play Manamorphose. Red, red. Play the Past in Flames and hope that there's no response. They have the Endurance. No! Alright, we're going to be forced to pass the turn here. We will pass. They search out an Underground Mortuary. Surveils away Yawgmoth. They play Yawgmoth. Okay. They kill the Underground Mortuary that then returns. Now they play Verdant Catacombs. They swing for 2. I'll go to 13. Okay. Manamorphose, a good start. Let's play it. Red, red. Another Wish. I didn't really need another Wish here. I think we're going to Veilcut Awakening for 4. 1, 2, 3. And the Veilcut Awakening itself is the 4th. Needed mana. We'll play the Sacred Foundry. Ouch. If I go Rail Monsoon Mage, Wish, Grape Shot, that is not enough to kill both their things. I'm going to Ren's Resolve. I hit a Desperate Ritual in a land. Desperate Rituals look pretty good here. So we'll play it. So I can now play Rail as Storm 4. Wish would be 5. So I'm 1 card short of flipping Rail. And I'm 1 mana short of flashing back Past in Flames. Play the Rail Monsoon Mage. I might just empty the Warrens here. It might not be good enough, though. They're going to fetch in response to the Rail. They grab an Overgrown Tomb. They're at 14. They have a Fatal Push. So I can no longer empty the Warrens. We'll say Tails. I could Grape Shot. I am not playing Galvanic Relay. Almost no one plays that anymore. So I think the best play I can do here is Rail again into Grape Shot. Target them with the Grape Shot. And then we'll target Yawgmoth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 at the Badgermole Cub. They're going to draw cards off the Cub with the Yawgmoth most likely. Really hoping the Rail transforms here. Tails. We lose the flip. Unfortunate. Okay. Pass. They have 4 cards in their hand. Next turn I can flash back Past in Flames. They have Agatha's Soul Cauldron. That exiles the Past in Flames here. That's disgusting. Oh, wow. And now a Green Sun Zenith for 1. They grab a Young Wolf. Walking Ballista to the graveyard. Am I dead? Apparently I'm dead. I've never seen this combo before. Okay. This is interesting. Like, I've never seen this. It's crazy that it remembers. Okay, I'm not going to make them click through all of it. The Endurance definitely got me that game. So close. Like, the Endurance, but also Rail just not flipping. Those were 2 stress points. I'm going to bring in 3 Orm's Chants for Endurance, but also Fatal Push or whatever. But also a couple copies of Prismatic Ending. It's Agatha Soul Cauldron, but also combo pieces or any hate that they may have. Game 2, we're on the play this time. Great hand, keep. Play the Arid Mesa and pass. They fetch with the Windswept Heath or Overgrown Tomb untapped and Thoughtseize. So pick your poison. We do have 2 reducers here, which is pretty good. They take the Rail Monsoon Mage. We'll Surveil on the end step. Grab an Elegant Parlor. I think we get rid of the Ritual here. Doesn't actually help me. And then if we do somehow manage to resolve Past in Flames, it's good then. I will play my Ruby Medallion and we'll pass. They play Agatha's Soul Cauldron. 3 cards. We actually drew the Past in Flames. Alright, so let's fetch. Am I going to lose to Endurance again? That would make me sad. I don't think mana's a constraint here, so I'm going to grab a Surveil land to try to increase my odds. We'll play Pyretic Ritual, Manamorphose. I mean, if they open up on Thoughtseize, Agatha's Soul Cauldron into Endurance, like, I feel like they've earned it. We'll play another Manamorphose, red. Storm is only 3. We'll play the Rail Monsoon Mage, play Reckless Impulse, Tails. So Storm is 4 for Rail purposes. 5, so that gives me the potential to flip Tails without losing to Graveyard Hate. And we'll target the Agatha Soul Cauldron. I mean, I could also just play the Past in Flames from exile. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, Rail, be good to me. Tails, why do you always fail? They're paused here, so I doubt they have the Endurance. They exile a Ritual, sure. Pyretic Ritual. We'll auto-yield at this point. Tails, we are successful. We'll ultimate the Rail Leyline Prodigy. Storm is 8. At this point, we're just casting spells until I can put a Grape Shot on the stack. We have the game locked up. Alright, our opponent agrees and we're off to the final game of this Modern League. Will we trophy? I think it's no changes on my side. I will submit. I was just curious and I was like, wow, I think the last time I played this deck I went undefeated too, but I didn't want to say that without double checking, so I just went. The last time I recorded this deck was October 6th of 2025. I have not played this deck since then on camera, and there's the possibility of going back-to-back, which is pretty cool. We're going to keep this. This could be a turn 3 protected win with the Orm's Chant. So my game plan here is turn 1 Commercial District, turn 2 Bloodstained Mire, fetch for Sacred Foundry, play the Rail Monsoon Mage. Turn 3, maybe Orm's Chant, Pyretic Ritual, Ren's Resolve, Past in Flames, and then try to transform the Rail Monsoon Mage into Rail Leyline Prodigy. Our opponent plays an Underground Mortuary. They kept the card on top. Pyretic Ritual is certainly a good draw. We'll play our Commercial District and Surveil. I don't think I need another Orm's Chant. That can go to the graveyard. They play another Dredger's Insight, which cannot return Thoughtseize or Fatal Push. They return the Windswept Heath. Reckless Impulse. I could try to play this a little bit more conservatively and just try to Reckless Impulse here, because then next turn I could try to play everything in one turn and win. Maybe even with the Orm's Chant backup, depending on what Reckless Impulse reveals. We'll play Reckless Impulse. Land is good. I wish was like Land Ritual, but beggars can't be choosers. They play Windswept Heath. Young Wolf. We draw another land. I think I'm going to just play Land Pass, because as long as they don't kill me here with that weird Young Wolf combo, I should be okay. They fetch with the Windswept Heath. They're going to Surveil. Like, if they play an Agatha Soul Cauldron or start the turn with a Walking Ballista, I will in fact Orm's Chant them. They kept the card on top. Another Dredger's Insight. 2 Delighted Halflings, another Spymaster's Vault, and Verdant Catacombs. They play Verdant Catacombs. They attack with the Young Wolf. We will fetch, grab an Elegant Parlor, Surveil. We'll get rid of the Reckless Impulse. It's still there for post-Past in Flames, which is really all that matters. They have 2 cards in hand. So this is the spot where Orm's Chant shines, because it's going to protect the Rail Monsoon Mage from a Fatal Push that we saw that they left in their deck, but also it protects our graveyard from Endurance. We're going to begin with Orm's Chant, target you. Okay. Rail Monsoon Mage. Pyretic Ritual. Tails. No. Pyretic Ritual. Tails. Manamorphose. Firm is 5. Tails. We'll make red. Another Manamorphose. Tails. Red. Ren's Resolve. Tails. This is the 7th spell. So, yes. Okay, and now I can ultimate the Rail Leyline Prodigy. We have all the resources in the world. We'll play a Pyretic Ritual. Desperate Ritual. We'll play Ren's Resolve. Play Manamorphose. We'll do red. Firm is 11. We can play Wish for free. And now Past in Flames with 8 mana floating. Storm 13. And at this point, it's just going through the motions. We'll cast Pyretic Ritual. Storm 15. Pyretic Ritual. Manamorphose. We'll play another Manamorphose. I guess we'll Prismatic Ending the Young Wolf. I don't know. I guess I can't do that. It's not going to let me. We'll play another Desperate Ritual, I guess. Spell number 19. I feel like they have these enchantments that can gain life, so I should just play a couple additional spells. I'll play a Manamorphose. We drew another Rail Monsoon Mage. I'll play it. We'll play Wish again. I'll choose Tails. Yes. Wish is on the stack. And Grape Shot. Our opponent has conceded the match, and we have gone 5-0. We got the trophy, defeating Yawgmoth in the final round. How about that? Yeah, so deck list was pretty good. We used the Hexing Squelcher once, and it wasn't incredible, but I do think it was fine. The issue is that our deck just drew dead for over a third of our library. I would like to thank Andrew Vacon for the donation deck. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Once again, I do have a sideboard guide available over at theepicstorm.com/shop for just $10 for this exact deck list. So if you're interested, head there, check it out. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, keep storming. If you enjoyed today's video and you happen to be looking for a sideboard guide, head on over to theepicstorm.com/shop where you'll find guides for just $10. Everything from Legacy, the Epic Storm, Pauper Cycle Storm, to Vintage Doomsday, and so much more. It's the easiest way to level up your combo game and master that metagame matrix.